Since yesterday, have been crying foul, saying the small numbers on the boards just don't add up. So let's speak now to Black First Land First leader Andile Mngxitama and also Claudi Motsoeneng, the ACM party under his leadership. Let's start with you, Mr. Mngxitama. 16,393 on the board behind me for Black First Land First. The quota, it looks like, to get into Parliament. So just to get one seat, 43,000. I don't think you're even a quarter way there, maybe just over a quarter way.
That must be a big relief for you,
embarrassing?
Isn't it? Big relief for you, right?
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, of course, I mean, white interests are so relieved. But that's not the point. The point that you see 16,000 and the bulk of our votes have been stolen systematically.
The fact is black people aren't voting for you.
No, black people's votes have been stolen by the system, by Bidvest, a white company being given the tender by the IEC, a company which we know is our president has got interest in. We know Pravin Gordhan has interest in. We know it's a party that has been making sure that radical economic transformation in this country is undermined.
Let's just question what you're saying. Are you saying the whole of the counting process has been outsourced to Bidvest because the IEC keeps quite strict control over the counting process?
The marking. You know this. Don't pretend they don't know that solid evidence, multiple voting is happening. It has happened, right? How did that happen, right? And these elections are clearly, I mean, under massive question mark. But we are saying they stole our votes. But our people
even
have
if people
come out.
Double voted, they didn't vote for you.
Of course, our people, if they double voted, will be in. I mean, this is the point. We did not steal. Other people stole. The whole elections, having outsourced it to Bidvest, clearly undermines the project of a free and fair elections. So there's a sigh of relief that white interests can have. You know how white monopoly capital land thieves have tried to stop us from being in Parliament. We've been in court every single day since the beginning of this election period, but we are here. 16,000 have managed.
To court, landing up on the front pages, many would say that's free advertising ahead of the campaign. That you got inordinate media coverage, especially given
demonization by the media. That is what has happened. Demonization by the media. Oh, these guys are bad. These guys are for land or death. This is a bad thing. That's what the court says.
That's what the Human Rights Commission said.
The Human Rights Commission, which when Julius Malema has a complaint against him, what did the the same Human Rights Commission do? They take him to court. They don't hire 5-6 lawyers to make sure that they get a decision against him. They rule that it is a protected speech. When complaints come against us, the same Human Rights Commission actually makes sure that we go to court. We understand. The whole 1994 project of saving the interests of whiteness is threatened by Black First Land First, and we can see what has happened now. But we are saying to our people, thank you for voting us. We know it is not 16,000. We know it's much, much more. We know because you took us, you made sure you pay for us to be in these elections, and we want to say it's a luta continua. This country belongs to us, stolen by white people. We're going to reclaim it.
Mr. Motsoeneng, you're faring even worse, less than 4,000 votes. Is this an absolute flop in terms of your campaign?
No, look, it is not a flop. We as ACM, we did very well. A 4-month-old movement, we did very well. We could
there are
not
tens
reach,
of millions of people in South Africa, less than 4,000 voted.
Listen, because you want to push your own agenda. You ask me a question, I'm responding to you. I'm saying we did very well. In any case, these numbers that you see, we don't recognize them because they don't reflect our own members as voters. Example, I have 5,000 party agents in South Africa. I mean, already when you have 5,000 party agents, already it's a given. You have 5,000 voters. So it doesn't make sense that number that you see there. It's rigging the votes because people are very afraid of me because they know when I take over, South Africa will be different. Yeah. That's why media, they have been tarnishing myself, including Andile, because they know what we stand for. But here's the issue. My family went to a certain voting station. They arrived 10 of them, including their friends. They voted for ACM. When they came back and then they redouble check and check, that voting station is saying 0% for ACM. That's why I'm saying they have been rigging our votes. And the target is people who are going to transform South Africa. And rest assured, moving forward, we are going to take this country by storm.
Is it not possible that your family members didn't vote for you? They said they did. You don't know who voted for what. Is it not possible that your own agents are not voting for you? They don't actually believe in your ability to run the country.
There is no way. That is the propaganda now in your minds, your imagination, that they didn't vote because you don't want to accept that the IEC rigged our votes, and we don't accept this votes. That's why we are saying, as political party, we need to rerun the elections, because we believe that there is something big wrong in this case. Example, IEC has already accepted that they have arrested people. Immediately, if you have arrested people, this means we don't have fair elections. And if you are fair, why do you run away from rerunning the elections? Because we want fairness. But I can tell you, people of South Africa, they believe in the ACM movement. I can tell you, many people have voted for ACM in these elections. Another issue that I can tell you is, if you look the social media, our own people who didn't know, remember, media denied us airtime to market our movement.
I remember the launch of your party.
So our movement was denied airtime, including the cause. And I'm saying the cause, they did not deny ACM justice. They denied South Africans justice. And I'm saying to you today, as I'm speaking, this ACM is going to rule South Africa. We are going to the ground. We are going to make sure that we take some of the municipalities. But if it was a seat, if we're getting seat...
Can I get a question in? Are you not both just running away from the fact you've failed? Mr. Mngxitama, you called this the board of Satan behind us.
Of course.
Despite the double voting, if you had a good showing, you wouldn't be complaining. Is that not true?
I will be complaining as a matter of principle. In fact, we support those who want to take these elections to court. We are not going to court. I've been in court for every single day.
As a matter of principle, should you complain and undermine the IEC that has a good reputation locally and internationally, and then say we're not even going to court to prove it?
No. I've just said out there that the leadership of the IEC, I have respect for them. I believe the system just below that they have no control over, and this is where the rigging has happened. I don't think there's a conspiracy by the top leadership of the IEC to rig this election, but the political system, including white power, lower than that, has made sure that these elections are a mess. But here's the point: 16,000 and counting have said they stand with black first, land first. Today in that parliament, there's one party. Why call it EFF, ANC or DA? One party, and that's the party of white monopoly capital. I want to say now today, there shall be no land expropriation without compensation in that parliament. Come 5 years later, we will be sitting here, and they shall. Why? Because these parties are in the pockets of white monopoly capital, and the only real party of black people, us, are not in that parliament to make sure that they do the right thing. And it's unfortunate for our people. The biggest losers is not black first, land first. It's black people.
So the EFF will be quite insulted by this.
You're not the spokesperson of the EFF. White people are saying a sigh of relief. Freedom Front Plus, they voted for it. Black people, on the other hand, have been terrified to associate themselves with us. But we know those who did were robbed.
Let me ask you the same question I asked the Freedom Front Plus. They campaigned by highlighting race, by highlighting minorities, by saying we will fight back. Don't these results, I mean, the FF Plus did move forward. I concede that, but don't the overall results show that many South Africans still cling to non-racialism? That's important to many of us as South Africans.
What is non-racialism in a country which is stolen by white people, still in the hands of white people? I mean, 35,000 white families own 80% of the land. The JSE, only black people have 3% of the land. 63% of black people are designated poor. We don't have the country, you have it. What is non-racialism? There is no non-racialism. What has happened is
out a lot of figures. I wish I had them in front of me, but certainly that JSE figure has been proved to be absolutely wrong. Can we just stick to the facts,
that white people will not even accept they stole our land. Thieves are never willingly ever going to concede that they are thieves. So the denial is part of the colonial project to try to justify.
Have you taken it up with the ANC that land reform admittedly has been slow? Land reform, even before we changed the constitution, even before expropriation.
No, but I mean, this is
land reform has been slow. But there's been the legal
this
tools
is the
to do it.
problem. Johan Rupert has got more than 15 interdicts against Black First Land First because we want him to take his farms. The EFF and the ANC in Parliament have agreed to amend the Constitution. Together they already have the 2/3 majority. They did not amend the Constitution. The question for this election should have been that. Why did you not amend the Constitution when you have the 2/3 majority? Well, the media is happy to put that question under the table and to allow them to campaign and say they will give black people land. They wouldn't. They failed because they are in the pockets of white capital.
Mr. Motsoeneng, again, my point is that you're both making claims. It would involve some sort of conspiracy from a lot of party agents, a lot of IEC officials, a lot of people involved in this election, including the electoral observers. Are you going to take this matter to court and come up with some evidence?
Look, we have already disputed the results. As I'm speaking to you...
But you haven't shown evidence.
No, there is evidence. Evidence is there. My officials are busy dealing with the matter and other political parties. The fact of the matter is we were robbed in these elections because people are afraid when it comes to us. But what I'm happy about is it is a 4 months old movement. Have you ever seen a movement 4 months running? Like, we are not walking, we are running. When we check those numbers, we are running.
So you are happy with less than 4,000 votes?
Sorry?
You're happy with less than 4,000 votes?
I know we have received many voters. We have been robbed, but I'm saying I'm happy about people of South Africa. Within 4 months, they were able to vote for ACM. If you check there, many people who have voted, I have never reached those places. You can imagine if I go there and mobilize people. Even in the Free State where I come from, I could not even reach my people in that village. I only reach one certain village. Now, this is the time. I'm saying to people of South Africa, this is the beginning for ACM to go and rebuild a stronger movement. Because for me, I'm not going to contest for opposition. I'm contesting to take power. If I was getting the seats here, I was not going to Parliament. My officials will go there so that I can rebuild the movement because I want power and I love power. I know how to use power.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Given this poor showing, what's next for BLF?
No, it's a very good showing for us. 16,000 counted, many more thousands stolen. Our people are clear. They hear what our message is. We are going to rebuild, and we are building outside. Parliament will have helped us to build outside, bring us resources, bring us some kind of legitimacy. But we are a party that has made noise, a lot of noise out of Parliament. Those who think we are not in Parliament, we're going to stop making noise, organizing to take land, are mistaken. We are going to confront white capital head on.
Mr. Motsoeneng, what's next for you?
I want to say to people
I'd also like to know how much money have you spent on the campaign? Does this feel like a financial drain?
We spent 20,000, I can tell you now.
20,000.
EFF spent 200,000. I'm told the ANC more than 300,000. I mean 20 million. The ANC more than 300 million. We spent about 20,000. I had about 2,000. I've not paid for them. 2,000 like posters. So we came to these elections with nothing, and that 16,000, which is part of what came through for us, shows that our people really were on our side.
Mr. Motsoeneng, did this hurt you financially again?
No, look, we spend a lot of money, but I'm not going to give you the specifics because I spend my own money. Other people contributed, those who have money, to make sure that we contest the elections, but we spend huge of money. But what is more important for us, this old movement, 4 months only, it has done well. I want to say to people of South Africa, this is the beginning, this is not the end. This is the beginning for a waiting government to take over. We are going to work together to make sure that we as South Africans, we are able to run South Africa. And I'm saying to people, today, we respect their wish, but they have voted for history, not their future. They have voted for poverty and unemployment. They have voted for landless. It is us who can change the lives of our people in South Africa.
Final question. You're still talking about leading South Africa on the board. They're less than 4,000 votes. The numbers are there. Some people think you're out of touch with reality. Your comment on that?
No, people who think proper, not people who think with imaginations and they have their own views. They know that
They think
within 4
Cloudy's
months.
head is in the clouds.
No, they know that we did very well within this 4 months. And what is more important, we could not reach every corner because of money. And this issue of money is a serious problem. We want to also to check who are these people who are funding these other political parties. Maybe we need a Zondo commission to zoom into these parties that are being funded by other people. In any case, after 25 years, why we don't have black people as billionaires? Where is this money going to? I know this money, it goes to other organizations. It pays other organizations.
Okay, I think we forgot about Patrice Motsepe there, but thank you both gentlemen for your time this afternoon. Thank you. Andile Mngxitama from the BLF and Cloudy Motsoeneng from the ACM.